As you have heard, I am here with Rebuild Local News to support House Bill 1420. Rebuild Local News is a coalition, a nonpartisan nonprofit coalition of over 3,000 newsrooms and 15,000 plus journalists. And we develop and advocate for effective public policies that are designed to strengthen community news all over the country. And I'm here today to explain a bit about how this policy impacts local news and small businesses in the state. It's a smart and effective way to impact both of those areas of the economy. Tax relief is good for the economy and for small businesses generally, but in this case, there is a double benefit, as Representative Perez was explaining, and that double benefit is that this tax credit incentivizes small businesses to advertise more with local news, and they get 80% of their costs back, up to $3,000 for advertising with local news. And those advertising dollars are spent locally. So not only is this a tax relief bill, but it is a buy local bill. And as Representative Perez was saying, New Hampshire could be the first in the country to pass this policy. Kansas also has introduced this policy, and it is working its way through their legislature as well, and we have other states that are interested. But this credit, by returning advertising costs to small businesses, ultimately supports the essential news coverage in communities all over the state. Small businesses of all kinds, from restaurants to roofers, would be eligible for this tax credit when they advertise their products and services in local news. And local news outlets, many of which are small businesses themselves, are then turning those ad dollars into news coverage in their communities. That is happening through newspapers on paper, as well as news on digital websites and in broadcast and television and radio stations. That incentive is needed now more than ever. My organization, Rebuild Local News, partnered with Muckrack last year, and what we found in a study of the data is that nationally we've lost an average of 75% of journalists all across the country. And New Hampshire is smack in the middle of that data. It ranks about 26th in the number of journalists per 100,000 residents. And between 2013 and 2023, in that 10-year period, New Hampshire lost 740 local reporter jobs, or about 57% of that workforce. Right now, we estimate that fewer than 9 reporters serve every 100,000 citizens in the state. So the need is urgent. And these numbers are not just bad for local news, they're bad for communities. What we know is that when a news source closes in a community, we see higher borrowing costs, we see lower voter turnout, we see fewer choices of candidates on the ballot, we see more government waste and corruption, we see more corporate crime, and more political polarization. So local news benefits communities in countless ways, and this tax credit is not a cure-all for everything that ails local news, but it is an effective way to keep public dollars and reliable news and information in New Hampshire. So I thank you, and I'm happy to take any questions you might have.